somebody who has spiritual troubles is the word for it. We have, I don't know if it's bifriends or bifriends, but this is the Oracle of Heaven and Hell, and we've got someone who is experiencing spiritual troubles. They need to have a good old-fashioned shield here because karma's looking for them. And then we have Berith, catastrophe and haste. So moving too quickly, doing things they shouldn't have, not anticipating the consequences of their own actions, or perhaps not even caring how their actions impact others. So now we got Lady Karma looking up the address and saying, okay, I'm gonna have to have a nice little chat with you. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far, enjoying your weekend if you see this when I post it. Hello, Stephen. Hello, April. Hello, Mabit. How are you doing? If you are interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box, along with more information on how to become a member and get additional content like extra shorts. And you can also find the Etsy site if you are interested in my homemade soy candles. It's kind of nice to never have to go out and buy candles from someone else. All right, let's see. Let's get this ready, and I think we shall dive in with the Tattoo Tarot. What else do we have? Oh, and also, because I haven't got any notification from YouTube, just please keep in mind that if you are interested in a personal reading, those personal readings will always be requested by you. I won't hit you up in the comments. My handle is Ms. Carmen. There's no numbers after that. And if you want a personal reading, aside from the ones I do at the end of the live stream, then it'll always be this background and this mug that you have in that reading, okay? Hello, James. Hello, Tiana. How are we doing? So we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Wow, and Strength, which is also number 8. So 2 8s right out the gate. Then we have the Ten of Wands in the reverse and the Three of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, this is someone who's like, I'm so focused. I've got tunnel vision. I know what my desired outcome is, and I've been so focused on what I'm doing that I haven't really been observing what else is going around me, or I haven't stopped to consider whether or not what I'm working towards is the right goal or is being approached the right way. So with the Ten of Wands in the reverse and the Three of Wands in the reverse, this is someone who should have stopped long ago. It's like if you get away with stealing something one time and you're like, that was easier than I thought. And then you go back and do it 5 more times and then you get caught on the 6th time, right? This is someone who could have stopped while they were ahead. Have you ever walked into a casino and spent $5, $1.75, and then decided to walk out? I have. Know when to quit while you're ahead. This person did not do that. They kept going for something they shouldn't have, or they kept pursuing something that wasn't really for them, and now there's consequences. So we have the Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, a lot of people look at the Lovers card and see soulmates, and that's fair. That is one interpretation. But in this instance, this is someone made a choice to keep doing something that they should not have. They should have known better. And because they made that choice, now there's going to be a loss. Now there's going to be some, a lesson learned. You gonna learn today kind of thing. We've got the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun. Yeah, so we've got someone who is close to this person finding out what they've been up to. So it could be we have someone who has been stepping out on a relationship. It could be someone has been taking things that are not theirs. But whatever this offense is, there's someone that knows them well who is becoming aware of it, and I feel like they're going to get a little talking to. Hello, Noah G. How are you doing? What else do we have? Temperance in the reverse. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Knight of Cups in the reverse. So do we have someone who's being petty? That's what this feels like. This feels like I'm mad, so I'm going to do something that makes me feel like I'm getting even. I hesitate to even share examples of this because I don't want to like make it more common. But this is like the let's go with an easy example. This is like somebody's eating your lunch at work all the time, so you decide to put, diarrhea-causing medicine, what is it, Imodium, in the food to see who it is that's taking your food. No, one could argue, I'm not doing anything illegal by putting it in my own food. You're the one who's eating my food, so can anybody really get on my case for that? No, but are there other ways to potentially deal with it? Probably. Either way, we have somebody who, it's not even about finding out who did the thing. It's like, now I'm going to mess with you. Now I'm going to like make things difficult for you. So it does seem to be a bit of a misguided revenge attempt. Like, I know what you did last summer, and because you haven't been honest about it, I'm going to find ways to just kind of like get at you and like make you mad. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, but the Queen of Pentacles is in the reverse. Yeah, I think there's someone here who has done something they shouldn't have. It could be, oh, you got the job that I wanted and I'm mad at you, so I'm going to like ruin all your business cards, or I'm going to steal your parking spot at work. It's just like, how can I be obnoxious or, cause you frustration because I don't like how things happened, or because I don't want you to think that you won. It's a little petty. So let's see what else we've got. This is the Gold Foil Tarot. Hello, Drew. That's funny. That's funny, James. Hello, how's it going, Nanya? Are you talking about me, James? You think I'm gonna be making you food? Come on. Yes, get you some DoorDash. Hello, X. How you doing? Yes, it's true. Oh, you're talking about the the person who's putting the Imodium in there. I mean, I would say they weren't trying to cook for anyone. They were just trying to eat their own food, and then they had to figure out who was eating their food, right? We got 8 of Cups in the reverse. Another 8. Okay. High Priestess in the reverse, Death in the reverse, and the 5 of Wands in the reverse. This is avoiding confrontation, but still having some sort of sense of satisfaction, like I've been able to get back at you, right? I'm going to keep it secret that I know what you've been getting into, but I'm going to find a way to make you question whether or not someone knows, right? I'm going to make you question if your secret has been discovered. A little bit of like toying with this person, right? Another 8. We have the 8 of Wands in the reverse. Another Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and the 9 of Wands with the 2 of Pentacles. So rather than communicate about the problem, rather than talk about, hey, it looks like you still owe me that money, or hey, it looks like you're taking something that isn't yours, or hey, it looks like maybe we've had a misunderstanding on what monogamy looks like, instead of having the conversation about whatever is putting this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, we have someone who's like, nah, I'm just going to like wait and do something kind of petty in between, and then maybe I'll talk about it. But for now, I just want to kind of like make you uncomfortable, or I want to get you back. Hello, Sanket, how are you doing? Hello, Doctor, how are you doing? Ooh, I'm sorry that's what's going on, and I'm sending you healing energy. And healing energy to you as well, X. Sanket, if you would like me to do a personal question for you, I do that after the general reading, and you can attach your question to a super chat or donate a membership to someone else. Otherwise, I would ask you to enjoy the live chat until then. So I'll do the general reading for about another 20 minutes, maybe a little bit more. So we have the Three of Swords in the reverse, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Star in the reverse. So I find out someone's secret, and it's like, hey, maybe I can blackmail them. Or, hey, maybe I can, entertain myself by kind of messing with them, right? Sending them notes like, I know what you did last summer. We're not actually trying to solve the issue here. We have somebody who's just kind of like making things worse. So, I don't know who's getting the karma. Maybe both these people. We got Five of Pentacles in the reverse and the Six of Wands. This is like really looking like somebody who's taking karma into their own hands and just saying, I'm going to get you back. I know what you did, and I'm going to like make you kind of squirm a little bit as to who's figured it out and what are the concerns that I should be concerned about right now. Are they going to tell people, right? So we have the Two of Wands, the Sun, and the Four of Wands in the reverse. Okay. Yeah. The goal here is I want to make you feel very uneasy about what I know, and there could actually be some intent here to blackmail someone. I'll tell everyone what you've been up to, unless you, I don't know, pay money. Let's get some from the Situations deck, actually. What else? What else? I knew that would come out. See, we got someone who's like, I could just like report this, or I could like, I don't know, have an adult conversation, but no, I would rather cause some chaos. I'm looking for a way to be petty. And I know that you're stuck. You can't really do anything about it. This is looking more and more like blackmail. So if you don't want me to tell your partner or your boss what you've been doing, then here's what you got to do. You got to do my work for me, or you got to pay me some money, or you got to, like, I don't know, get me the latest gaming console. Because otherwise, if I tell everyone what you've been doing, it's going to ruin your family. Wow, okay. So they're looking at this as whatever information I have on you, if I told your family, they would not look at you the same way. You would be served with divorce papers, or you would, lose your standing in the community. Maybe even not be able to hang out with your kid anymore. This is like, I can really cause some problems for you. Not how I would recommend to approach this, but to each their own, I suppose. Yeah. See, we got the negotiator card. So how much is it worth to you to make sure that your spouse never finds out that I have these pictures of you and I know who you were hanging out with without clothes on? Could be a private investigator, could actually be the third party, right? Like, if you don't do what I say, then I'm going to tell your spouse what we've been doing, right? Oh, my. This is the Gilded Reverie. Hello, Lisa. How are you doing? Wait, is that a cry face? It's a happy cry face, right? Hey, Zilpha, I think we've had a few conversations about how I would appreciate you calling me Carmen and that you should be setting realistic expectations about what this is. I am a YouTube reader. You may enjoy the live chat, but I'm not going to be dating anyone in my YouTube, okay? This is not what I'm here for. And I would really appreciate it if you could, like, take that and learn from it. Oh, you're so welcome, Lisa. I hope things go well. So we've got the Tree of Life, number 5. This talks about mental health. Ooh, okay. Well, so basically what I'm getting is we have somebody who is not very mature. which makes sense. We have the drama queen. We have somebody who may or may not be blackmailing, but they feel like they have a position of power because they know somebody has made a mistake or somebody has a secret and they don't want anybody to know. But I know exactly who to tell, or because of my connections to you, I have figured out what you've been up to, and I have no problem heading out to your place and telling your husband, your wife, whatever, boyfriend, girlfriend, telling them what you have been up to. Maybe they put some sort of tracking device on you, but this is someone who says, I need you to do X, Y, and Z if you expect to keep this information private. I'm guessing it's extortion because we have this negotiator card. Wait, how is blackmail different from extortion? I'm going to have to look up on that because I feel like I should know that. All right, this is the Soul Cat Tarot. Wait, Cat's Eye Tarot. They're right next to each other, so sometimes I mix them up. Okay, you guys? Hello, Catherine. Hello, John. Hello, Melanie. How you doing? Yes, Redbeard says if you would like to give someone a pet name, do it for Redbeard because he likes that. Hello, Joaquin. How are you doing? What else do we have? Page of Swords and the World in the reverse. I have evidence. I know what you've been doing, and if I share it, it would turn your world upside down. It would cause a lot of mayhem. So what are you going to do to prevent this information from reaching the people who would want to know, or who deserve to know, perhaps? If you want to leave it so that just I know what's going on, then you're going to have to make it worth my while. I think we're talking about money here. It could be, then you have to get me a job, right? It could be, go buy me the most expensive car. King of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Cups, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, there's a cost. If you want to keep this to yourself, you want to make it seem like you never really went after that beta fish in a cup. You really want to seem innocent instead of somebody who is emotionally stunted and ruining your own relationship, then $15, little man, put in my hand. If you know what that's from, you're cool. And you owe me, oh. Oh. Sorry. Page of Cups in the reverse. The Lovers. Yeah. See, this is maybe if you had just had your fun and then been done, right? Just a good time, not a long time kind of thing. Maybe then it wouldn't have been an issue, but we got somebody who, kept going back. So this was an affair. I feel like this was an affair. And because of that, there's been someone who's discovered it, and they're leveraging some sort of evidence of that affair to get money. It's probably more than $15 though, okay? Hello, Robin. How are you doing? Ooh. No morals? That's scary. Hello. How's it going, Lemonade? Hello, Ryder. Good. You knew what I was doing, James. Hello, Ralph. What's up? Yeah, I don't though. That's no. Hello, Darnell. How are you doing? So we've got Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Queen of Cups, Three of Cups in the reverse, and Two of Swords. Huh. No way. I think we have a plan being ruined for this blackmail situation. So the person who's blackmailing the King of Cups in the reverse, the King of Cups in the reverse is the one who's made this mistake, right? Who's stepped out. What are we calling? I think we're gonna call him the High Priestess, because they're moving in secrecy about what they know as far as someone giving in to their temptation. I think there's someone else who finds out. I think there is yet another person who finds out, and it's like gonna ruin the blackmail opportunity, because this person seems to throw a bit of a temper tantrum. There's maybe a friend who finds out, in addition to this High Priestess who has been, you know, taking full advantage of the ATM options here, knowing this person's secret. But this new person who finds out, the Queen of Cups, we could argue that this is the person who's been cheated on, but I don't think it is. I think this is more so like brother, sister, best friend, or maybe even adult child of the relationship that is being impacted by someone stepping out. And I think this person's saying, you tell the truth about what you're doing, or I will. No request for money at all. Just, I expect you to do the right thing. And the person over here who's, you know, making bank on blackmailing is like, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? I have a nice little setup here. Are you going to ruin it? And the person who has most recently determined that there is some lack of fidelity, they're more concerned about morals. They're not trying to profit from the situation. Because if you're willing to blackmail someone, it's not about the morals. It's like, oh, goody, I can take advantage of the situation, right? Oh, yeah. Hello, how's it going, Troy? Hello, April. Oops. Yep. I mean, to be fair, I started that. Sorry, Travis. Look, I think we got someone who's saying if you want to actually salvage this relationship or marriage, then you need to go have a conversation with that person and be honest about what you're doing. But if they do that, then the person who has been blackmailing them is like, oh, but then how do I get my monies? Like, I was this close to being able to buy a new car. Oh, I'm so sad for you, blackmailer. I mean, you causing problems yourself. So it sounds like everybody's getting karma. You get some karma, you get some karma, you get some karma. So we have the merchant. And I feel like it's basically saying whoever had plans to spend money based on their knowledge of this relationship that's extramarital, they're getting all disappointed because someone else figures it out. Someone else is like, wait a second. I think I know what's going on here. This child could indicate it is an adult child of this relationship who figures out one of their parents is stepping out. But it could also be that there is a child that happens as a result of that extramarital affair. I've got to light another candle. Hold on, please. Maybe two. Don't judge me. I like my candles. And thank you to everyone who has sent me suggestions or commented on my post, because I am going to, I think, try a new scent for the candles. If you haven't commented yet and you have an idea, feel free. And I will update you all when I actually do that. Hello, Heather. How are you doing? Hello, Matt. How's your day? Hello, Alvin. Oh, Palo Santo. And I've looked for Dr. Pepper essential oil, you guys. I just don't think they have it. Maybe I can make my own. Probably just mostly cherry and... what makes Coca-Cola? I don't know. So now we have someone who is no longer... Basically, they're no longer stuck just by the blackmailer. It may even be some sort of relief for them that someone else has figured out and kind of like broken that chain. But we do have someone who is basically saying you need to do right by your partner. It's the wife, but that could be the person who's the guilty party, or it could be the person who needs to be told the truth. There is, I think, a marital connection here or very serious living situation. Maybe they have kids together, right? But we've got someone who's saying, you do right by this relationship or I'm going to tell them the truth. It's not meant to make any money. And now this blackmailer is like, how am I supposed to earn all my money? Oh, yeah, I'm really feeling bad for you. I feel bad for you, son. This is the Beginner's Tarot, which is, I think, aptly named. It would be an excellent first deck choice for someone who's trying to learn tarot, in my opinion, because it does use the original Pamela Coleman Smith illustrations, but also gives you tons of additional information for each card. Just my personal belief. I ain't getting paid for that, okay? We've got the Page of Cups, the Sun, Three of Wands. Yeah, I think there's someone who's saying, I'm going to tell everybody, or I'm going to tell the person you don't want to know, unless you do. You do it, or I do it. You can choose. And I've got, like, some sort of receipt or evidence here to back it up. So there's no more need for you to be spending money with that person who told you that they would keep it secret, because it's not gonna be secret anymore. Yeah. So now we have that Six of Pentacles coming out, and this is like there's two people who know. Maybe this person's like, well, what if I pay you? That's a horrible idea. It's just time to actually say what's going on. It's time to be honest and stop lying. So they end up having to be honest about this extra relationship. Wow, with the devil too. Notice the similarities. One has the angel, one has the devil. Probably have to cover up the naked people a little bit. So initially there was a sense of obligation or being stuck because this person knows what's going on and they might tell my partner. And now it's someone who's more so the angel approach, and they're saying, because the morals impact me, I want you to do the right thing. It's not because I think I can benefit from this, it's because I feel like you need to do something better. A bacon candle. That's funny. Oh, that sounds great, Matt. Hello, Fiona. How are you doing? Sassafras, I like that. The root beer flavor. Yes. Dang, that's going to make me want root beer now. Oh, happy birthday, Darnell. So we've got the Magician in the reverse. Death and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Three of Cups. There's more people at the party. There's more people who know what's going on. So blackmailer's not going to get to blackmail anymore, and the cheetah's not going to be able to cheat anymore. Everybody's getting called in to the office, the principal's office, and they're like, we're going to need you to stop making those mistakes. And, oh, by the way, you have consequences for your actions, I hear. I feel for the person who's been blackmailing, they don't get the money that they were trying to get. For the person who was trying to keep this secret, they're not going to be able to keep it secret anymore. There's no option. There's no pay your way to get out of the consequences. It's just, you messed up, now you're going to have to deal with it. Womp, 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 womp. It's just how it is sometimes, you know. Alright. Let's see what else we've got. This is the F-It deck. So I'll probably have to, like, you know, blot out one of the words on here because YouTube clutches their pearls. No shoes, no shirt, no dice. Do slippers count? I've only got slippers. Do it one step at a time. I have to block out the F word. So the person who has been being blackmailed, they're like, oh, I don't know how to handle this. It's too much pressure. I don't know what to do. One step at a time. You just got to go over there. You got to tell the truth. I think you've done this before, right? And, oh. Really? I don't know. This is conflicting. And I think I can actually show this to you. I think we have someone who is tempted to say, no, I'm not going to tell them. Why? For the plot? I did not see that one coming. Really? Okay. So I think we have this person who's been lying and being blackmailed saying, I don't think I'm going to tell him. Are they risking this friendship or family relationship as a result? Now we have this polishing a turd comment. I think there's resistance. But do they end up saying yes? Because holy, this is interesting. I want to know if they're going to tell the truth. This is the magic 8-ball. And I'm going to go for, like, we need to know, is this, no, a permanent no? Are they, like, really, like, daring this person to, like, okay, fine, go tell him yourself. We'll see how that goes, but I don't want to tell him. Hello, Grind Heart, how are you doing? Hello, Rachel. What's up? The plot. Might be. They're really trying to fight this. Why would they want to continue to be blackmailed? They really that scared, huh? It could be that there is that much at risk. Maybe they feel like this person won't be taken seriously. Oh, this is getting messy. So the other person who knows, who has the morals here, okay? The person who's saying, you shouldn't do that. You also shouldn't be blackmailed. You should go tell the truth. There's something in this person's past that makes people not take them seriously. To be honest, what I'm specifically picking up on is this person may have had an experience where people judged them for their use of substances. And I feel the person who's getting blackmailed is like, go ahead. I don't think they're going to believe you. Oh, you have evidence? They're just going to think that you are mad at me. What? This is wild. They feel like they can take this on, and then they're going to continue to get blackmailed. So, like, how is that any better? I mean, I don't understand this person's decision-making process to begin with, so I guess I should stop trying to apply logic, right? That's a mistake many of us make. Some people don't use logic when they make their decisions. So when you're looking for the logic in their decisions, you won't come up empty-handed, because there is no logic. This is someone who's like, nah, I don't want to. And I don't think they're going to believe you. Nobody trusts you anyways. They're just going to think that you have, like, some vendetta against me. Oh, well. I don't care. Ballsy. Did I miss anyone? Yeah, grind hard. You might want to unsubscribe and then resubscribe and then turn the notifications back on. I've heard from almost everybody this week. Um, well, I should just say, I've heard from several people that their notifications have not been working. YouTube, do better. You have one job. Okay, maybe a couple, but like, do it. I don't think this person's gonna tell the truth. I think they're literally out here like, I don't know. Maybe some people will believe you, but not everybody. And I'm willing to take that chance. So you can continue to be blackmailed? Excuse me? What? Queen of Pentacles, Two of Cups in the reverse, Six of Swords. People already know you don't like me. So I can just say that you're picking a fight and you, I don't know, that's AI. They're not scared of this proof. They're like, no, I don't think it's actually going to cause the end of my relationship. I don't think I need to care. Be so for real. But remember, this is somebody who's about to experience some catastrophe. So, methinks they have maybe underestimated the situation. Six of Swords and the Ten of Wands in reverse. They're like, I'll be fine. Nothing to see here. I'm not worried about it. And then we go to the Ten of Wands in the reverse, which is literally somebody who's overwhelmed. I think the Polished Turd card was for this new person who has figured out the betrayal or the cheating. And because they have a little bit of a sketchy past, when they're honest about it, people are going to bring up, yeah, but is this person just like, did they fall off the wagon? Are they just mad because that person is judging them for their own choices? But with Temperance, there's proof that this person, whatever past issues they had, they don't have them. So I think our cheater person, the King of Cups in the reverse, has bit off a little bit more than they could chew. They're a little overly confident that they could, cast doubt on somebody's version of events. They don't realize that they're actually going to make things worse for themselves by, I don't know, being kind of stubborn. So, yes, this person who has recently determined what's going on and is, making the blackmailer's job a little bit more difficult, has a little bit of a sketchy past or has been judged on their past choices, but they've overcome those. And they know it. Most people know it, or there's proof of it. So, man, we really have somebody who is just like not making the best of choices here. They feel like they can continue to do what they want and not have any consequences, but the truth is, I think it's over. You got the Judgment card. You were trying to keep this secret. You were trying to make sure no one would figure this out, but it's one way or t'other, the secret's going to come out. And they can't really do anything about it. Thank you for including that, Rachel, the National Substance Abuse Hotline. If you were looking to leave something like that in your past, just know that I believe in you. This is someone who's overcome those issues. Even if there are people who want to judge them, it's going to be, I think, easier than expected for them to prove this. And then that King of Cups in the reverse is going to look like a turd muffin. Is that a muffin with turd in it? Gross. That's not at all appetizing. Hello to Mike, how you doing? Hello, Oracle. I hope you're having a good day. Interesting. Yes, that's true. I have seen that, Rachel. And some people just find it easier to judge others for really anything at all rather than look at their own issues, right? Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you mow your lawn that way. I'm going to call the HOA. We've got Toad. Personal growth, transformation, letting go. Yeah, this is somebody who has grown from whatever happened in the past, and they know what they know. As enchanting as it is, the reflection in the water, it can lure your soul to depths where illusions falter. And the individual who's confident that they can keep their little extramarital affair secret, they have underestimated this person. And I think they're a little bit arrogant, thinking that they can continue to get away with their shenanigans. Demon, the temptation of living, the fear of regret, dancing among the ashes from the flames of hell. My. I mean, we really did have the angel and the devil come out together. That is to say, the lovers and the devil, which are very similarly set up in terms of how they're depicted, with two people more or less in chains. Are we run by our morals, or are we run by our temptations? Another way of looking at that is, do you make your decisions from a place of love, or is it from a place of fear? I think you can boil everything in the world down to those two things. Is it going to be based from your love of yourself or others, or out of fear? Because when you make decisions out of fear, I'm going to go with 9 times out of 10, probably not a good choice. You know, sometimes I'm afraid that if I don't go to the bagel shop early enough in the day, I'm not going to get plain bagels, and that's fine. I'm not really worried about that. That's a reasonable fear. But this is someone who is living by temptation. They're afraid of being discovered, but not enough to actually start doing the right things, right? Oh, yeah. See, I started off the reading oracle with the Oracle of Heaven and Hell, and both cards came out with the red side. I think it's Bifrons, but it might be Bifrons and Bereth. All right, there we go. Hello, LN. How are you doing? Hello, Flower. How's your weekend going? Any guidance from your guides or grandpa? And I have made a step and decision with the X with a T. Any confirmation that I've learned my lesson and broken the cycle? Excellent. That flower has... And the last part was how to break invisible bond. Awesome. Thank you, Flower. I'm going to start on that in just a moment. Hey, Jim, I don't think you can handle those kind of cards. You know, maybe when you turn 18. Love you too, Flower. Hello, BMF. How are you doing? Hello, Christina. How are you doing? Hello, Sophia. BMF, it's the name of, I would assume, a demon, but maybe not. As we have angels on the other side, right? But this is the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. So I believe it's demons versus angels. Hello, Great One. How are you doing? Yes, please objectify the like button, but not me. I look like I'm taking a test. I don't have the glasses on, though. What are you talking about? Hello, Skull. How are you doing? I I'm tempted to make a joke about salami, but I don't know if it's going to be offensive, so I'm just going to keep it to myself. Let's just get a few from the Kipper, see what the outcome's going to be. I'm hoping that the people who need to get some karma get some karma, they learn some lessons, and that this person who has been cheated on gets the honest assessment of the situation and can make a decision from there. But it does feel like we finally have someone who has some morals showing up. There is money at stake here. That could be why someone is trying to avoid the divorce, right? I don't want to get divorced. I don't want to have issues in my current relationship, because that would actually mean that I have to move out of that beautiful house, or that I don't have access to those credit cards or whatever it is anymore. I mean, real talk, if you want to be in a relationship, then, you know, honor that relationship. But this is someone who's really just thinking about money. And of course, so is the blackmailer. I think two people are about to get cut off. No more money for them. And this honest family member, I think, is going to get kind of vindicated, or they're going to be believed by someone. Hello, August. How are you doing? Let's see. We're going to dive into personal questions, and we're going to use the Pause Tarot. So for Flower, what guidance do the guides for Flower or Grandpa have for Flower at this time? What guidance from Grandpa or Flower's guides does Flower need at this time? Four of Wands, Four of Cups, the Devil, Moon in the reverse, Knight of Wands, and the Two of Wands in the reverse. So right away we have two fours. We're in the 4th month, so I do feel like this is saying you have a pretty important pivot that happens in this month based on you walking away from temptation. So this is looking like you leveling up, or, like you said, breaking the cycle. But in order to achieve this, it can't be a short burst of energy. It needs to be something that is permanent, right? In other words, how do I say this? It's not that, you know, I can't see you now, or I'm blocking you for now. It's I have accepted that I'm not going to see you again, or I've accepted that I'm not going to talk to you again, right? Thank you, John. Would you like me to pull a few cards, or is that just a thank you? Thank you, X. Hello, love is the answer. And for a noon, everybody's face is uneven, sweetheart. If you're looking at humans and expecting perfection, I think you're going to be sorely disappointed, just like in life. Hello, Delinia. How are you doing? Love is the answer. I do. Yes. If you see the comment from John Darwin, just make sure that your question is in the super chat. That makes it easier for me to handle. And let's see what else we've got for Flower. Is there... Well, let me just make sure I have this clear, this guided message here. Okay, so this is saying you have a decision that you're going to make, Flower, and maybe you've already made it, but it's about permanence and sticking to it, no waffling back and forth. And with that mop and bucket, it seems to me like, how do I say this? What I'm seeing in my mind is like a phone being deleted of all of the data. So it's like, I don't know if it's literally deleting somebody's phone number, or a reference to Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. But this is like you've got to be able to remove and let go. not be able to like stay in that moment, right? Thank you, Gab. I hope you're having a good day. Will Al create a moment to express? I assume you mean emotions before leaving. I've added that for you. Thank you, Gab. Hello, William. How's your day? Awesome. Thank you, Gab. So what about the confirmation? Is there confirmation here? There's still something that needs to be completed before you've broken this cycle. And I feel like it's a choice that you make to permanently put this person in timeout, to permanently let go of this connection or this, maybe it's even a behavior, right? Could be about self-sabotage. But the confirmation is almost there. You're like, if this is one of those online tests, you got like 90% of the test done, but there's still a little bit left. There's still like, you know, the last module. You are almost there, but you do have, I feel like it has to do with like deleting a number or deleting some information or literally vacating this hope that something could potentially happen down the road. Once that is done, then the cycle is broken. But as of right now, with the Seven of Wands in reverse, you haven't done that last step yet. So, how to break that invisible bond? Remind yourself what you actually want, whether it's life at large, like a vision board, here's what I want, or remind yourself, be brutally honest with yourself about how this person fails you. Here's what I want, and here's what you have to offer. Gosh, that doesn't look like it really aligns. Maybe that really helps me to realize I'm wasting my time. There's a holding out or hope that remains, and basically we've got some, you know, time to cut that out, time to throw that out the window, and remind yourself what you really deserve or what you really want in a relationship. You compare it to this person or you compare it to what you have been accepting, and you're like, oh, okay, well that don't work. I used this example the other day. My favorite part of a Chipotle burrito is the sugar rice. I know it's called white rice, but it is literally sugar with rice and cilantro. It's my favorite part. And I went in there. They didn't have any. They were completely out, and it was going to be a whole 15 minutes before they were done with the next batch of white rice. That's the reason I'm there, okay? That and the tortillas, mostly. Pancheros has better tortillas. But they didn't have it. I was in a rush. I couldn't wait the 15 minutes. I was like, okay, bye. You'll have what I want. Then I have to leave. There's something here where it's like you keep hanging out. They don't have what you're looking for. So leave. Don't wait around for something that isn't going to happen. That's what needs to happen. That acceptance or that realization of how you allow there to be hope in a hopeless situation. It's a positive attribute in many situations, but when it comes to love, it means that you are more likely to be a doormat in that context, and you are not a doormat. Ooh, I like this question. Thank you, Bumface. How we doing? It's so funny because I watched part of a movie that was very like Minority Report. Then I was getting tired. Mercy. So perhaps it's related. But I've added you to the list. Did I say hello to Grindhard? I think I did. And oh my gosh, healing and happy protective energy to your cat who might be in labor. That's so sweet. I love cats. I hope it goes well for Mama Cat. Yes, exactly. You know, like... No, I'm not going to do that. There's a comedian that everybody else thinks is funny. I don't think this person is funny. I don't wait around for them to make me laugh because I know it's not going to happen. I would never go to one of their shows. Y'all can like them, that's fine. I don't like this person. They're not going to make me laugh. Like, I'm not going to, you know what I mean? So this person isn't going to make you happy, or this person isn't going to be a good partner. So don't wait around for it. The potential ain't there, so I ain't going to wait for it. Flower, love you, girl. I hope everything goes well for you and your kitty cat. Let's dive in. John, did we hear from you if that was just a tip or if you would like me to pull some cards for you? You said thanks, but I don't know if that's like an affirmative or a no, I'm good. John, if you are still out there who tipped me, let me know because I don't want to sign off before the end of the reading. I want to make sure that I'm not denying you the cards that you would like pulled, but if you are just being generous, I appreciate it very much. We're going to go with the Earth and Bones Tarot for Gab. Will Al create a moment to express emotions before leaving? Will Al create a moment to express emotions to Gab before leaving? Yes. Page of Swords, looking to communicate, or Page of Crystals. We've got the Five of Jars or Five of Cups in the reverse, the Eight of Wands in the reverse, and the Two of Petals or Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Here's the thing. There's going to be a moment created. I'm going to try to express emotions. I don't want to regret, the things that weren't said. But I feel like it's, like I say, 75% of what I want or need to say. With the Eight of Wands in reverse, it's like I have something that I'm about to say and then I hold it back. So you're going to get some emotional moment, but it's not going to be the full range of emotions that Al is feeling. What is it that Al is going to be holding back? Regret. There is a regret that Al is not going to be fully honest with you about. It's a choice that was not made. So is this about connecting with Gab in a better way? Yes. It's like, I'm going to tell you how much I feel. I'm going to tell you, that you're amazing or special, or you deserve the world. But I don't want to tell you that I don't think I would ever love anybody ever again in my entire life, and I daydream about living a life with you. It's like, I don't want you to know how serious I am. I'm just going to give you a little bit. So if you reject me, it's not as bad. So it's yes, but not all of it is expressed. Of course, Lee, I hope you're having a good day. And let's see what we've got for Bumface. I'm going with the stained glass cards because I missed them. Alright. I just dropped half a deck. Oh gosh. Hold, please. Oh no. And then I almost fell out of my chair. Okay. I'm back. So prior to puberty, Bumface had precog. Why no precog, or how can precog be returned to the Bumface lineup of skills? Hello, See the Gray. How are you doing? Hello, Edwin. Have a good workout, Tiana. So let's see. 9 of Cups in the reverse. Page of Cups, Knight of Wands. So it was a battle in your brain, and logic took over. Logic and science. So is there a way to reclaim this skill? Yes. your blindness to this skill is something that you can reclaim through a different approach to the outdoors or nature. Grounded energy. So there is a need to, I guess, like put your bare feet in the grass. There is a need to allow for logic to be amplified or like better understood with your intuition. But it is because you, like, logic is king for you, and that's fine. I appreciate that. But the precog went away because your understanding became more scientific. With the Six of Swords in the reverse, I think there's also some element here where maybe there was someone that discouraged your perception of the world or tried to control how you saw other people, or maybe even told you outright, this isn't a thing, that's not real, you don't know what you're doing. You have to cut that out of your brain, whatever this person said to you. And we have the Ten of Cups. I see the love that you have for another person enabling you to draw this talent back. So is this over the next year? Yeah, so you meet somebody over the next year that you are very interested in, and this person is magical and helps you to be less logical, which might be considered an insult by some, but it creates that room for the precog element to return. I think because this person is a little bit, maybe a little bit witchy. So entirely possible for you to reclaim this. Being in nature is important. Find a spot that means a lot to you. It's not just about quantity of time that you are out and the sunshine is on your skin. It's about finding the right place that makes you feel connected to the world, connected to the earth. Hello, Erin. How are you doing? Hello, B. Oh, I feel that. Hello, Luke. How are you doing? Hello, cool girl. I hope you're having a good day. Let me add that for you. Is my ex-supervisor going to get her karma for having me fired? I think it would be for even more than that, but yes, let's see what we've got. Me fired, and her name is Nan. She became envious of me. And ooh, yeah, that does happen. I've added that for you, and we've just got Lee before your question, cool girl. Bumface, you got this. I think this is a journey that you start on your own initially, and then there is like magical energy that's kind of added into your pursuit here with the addition of a new love interest in your life later this year who may even provide some additional opportunities for you to feel that connection to, shall we just say, Mother Earth. Let's see what we've got for Lee. This is the Pulp Tarot. Yes, exactly. Hello, Curly. How are you doing? Hey, Ellen W. If you're looking for an AI girlfriend, this is not the place. And I would also caution you against that, man. That seems questionable. Lee, what message do we have for Lee, please? What message is important for Lee to hear, please? Three of Cups, Six of Wands in the reverse, the Lovers, Four of Wands in the reverse, and the Moon. Is this about the hubby? No. This is about your controlling ex. Okay, I remember you were saying earlier that there was some flirtatious energy. This is coming from some sort of sense of failure that he has experienced, and it's making him like look for that affectionate type energy from someone. He's not getting it from others, so that's why there was this little flirtation with you. But I also am picking up that there is someone new that he is flirting with. Someone that may be a little bit selfish or self-absorbed. And it could be that there is some drama that's going to happen for your ex as a result of this new connection. That does seem to be, I'm going to go with I think this person's younger. Or they're just kind of immature. So there's a little bit of desperate energy coming from your ex. Like there's really not a lot of requirements or discernment being utilized here. And I think this also would be kind of questionable as far as what kind of environment is being provided for your daughter, if, you know, she's around that. I'm going to put you in just a little baby timeout because this is really not stuff we need in the live chat, okay, LNW? Let's clean that up a little bit. And then just be cautious because I do feel like there's going to be some attempt to be misleading about what's going on with regards to your ex and who he's dealing with. Hello, Aurelian. How are you doing? Let's grab some cards for Cool Girl. So the ex-supervisor for Cool Girl, Nan, will Nan be getting karma for getting Cool Girl fired? Just for envy. Will there be karma for Nan for firing Cool Girl unnecessarily? Initially, not within the professional career, but yes, there will be as far as romance or the people that connect with Nan. So in other words, I feel like this tendency to be petty or envious is impacting a romantic relationship for this person. Either a romantic relationship that can't get off the ground because the jealousy is already an issue, or an established relationship that falls or crumbles because that insecurity is not providing a strong foundation. So the High Priest can also, the Hierophant can also represent a boss. So it could be we lose the supervisor position, but I do think that initially what happens is an impact to social situations for Nan, and then that leads to some frustrations in the professional arena because the ability to actually perform her job is impacted by this anxiety or restlessness when the relationship doesn't work out. So we've got the Devil in the reverse as a little reminder that your energy is your energy, and we do not want to be wasting your energy on this person who's already got karma coming for them. So I caution you, do not spend too much time wondering what's going on with this person. She will be getting her karma, but it doesn't need to be influenced by your energy, and your energy needs to be put into something for yourself. So make sure that you are ending that connection or not spending too much time thinking about this person. They do not deserve to live rent-free in your mind, and it could potentially impact your own stability or your own financial situation. So make sure that you're happy with that answer and then cut that from the thought processes because there's more important things for your energy to be put towards. Hello, how's it going, Ebony? Hello, Skemmy. What's going on? Yes, let that energy go however you can. Maybe just, take an offering to God, bury it in the ground, write something down, your anger, and then burn it in a place where you're not going to start a fire that you don't want. But you've got to find a way to get that out because it could also cause issues for you. All right, John, I didn't see you have a question. So if you said something, I missed it. All right, I love you all. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Thank you for checking out my candles. Thank you for hyping if you're able to, and I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.